Hey guys, it's your girl Teresa. Welcome to the Dental Assistance Corner, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the Dental Assistance Corner. And in this video, I want to talk about when you're making your resume for dental assisting. Now, I'm not a resume expert or anything like that. I just wanted to make this video to just kind of talk about my experience, just because of a conversation that I had with a coworker. This was not too long ago, and she mentioned that as she was applying for dental assisting jobs, she did not put any of her customer service experience on there. Now, I was told to keep mine on there, but to when you're putting like your summary, to not focus too much on what you did in fast food unless it's still related to what you may or may not do, what you may do as a dental assistant. So when I go on interviews, they're actually happy with my customer service experience, because at the end of the day, whether it's customers, whether it's the caregivers, whether it's the animal owner, you're going to be dealing with people, so you have to have some form of customer service skills. And honestly, at the end of the day, dealing with patients is still customer service. You know, you're going to deal with people that are upset. You're going to deal with people who want the impossible. You're going to deal with people who don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, and they're dealing with stuff that's their fault. Like, you don't brush your teeth. Of course you're going to have a cavity. You know, you got the extra spicy soup. Of course it's hot. Like, you know, whatever. And then I put my call center experience on there as well, which they liked that as well, just because they were like, okay, well, we may need you to answer phones or, you know, whatever. So I also think that it's important to have your customer service experience on your resume if you don't have anything else, because they're still going to ask you about your previous jobs. It's, you know, you weren't just born a dental assistant. And, you know, nowadays trying to trying to get a job without having any dental experience is hard enough. Now, there are, as I mentioned in a couple other videos, there are some doctors and there are some offices that will hire you with no experience and will train you from there, and you can boom put it on there. But if you weren't fortunate enough to have anything like that, then you basically would have to put the other experience that you had. And I feel like none is better than, some is better than none. So, you know, I personally, from experience, think that you should put whatever experience you have on there, because one way or another, you're going to be able to bring those skills in. You know, when I worked at a call center, as I said, my phone experience, knowing how to multitask, I've got that from all of my jobs, learning how to move quickly, learning how to work with different types of people, because that's what you're going to be doing. So, like, I feel like you should have it on your resume. And it's something that I don't feel like it's going to hurt. You know, one thing, and I don't know if this is just something common that a lot of people do or if this is just something that I do, but my version of looking on the bright side is realizing when something is better than nothing, because something is almost always going to be better than nothing, even if it's not how you feel or what you want right now. You know, the fact that it's something, like, you know, for example, my father is sick right now. He just had 3 strokes, and, you know, he's slowly but surely getting better. Of course, I want him to just wake up one day and be 100% to himself again. But, you know, I'm not going to say that's not impossible, because with God, anything is possible. But, you know, hearing that, well, he's doing a little better today. Well, you know, now the blood clot is gone. You know, that's better than nothing. So I just really feel like you should have that, and then it shows that you work. You know, it's like, this is your first job. You don't have experience doing anything, not even selling the newspaper. You know, some jobs might be like, no, like it's hard enough to get a dental assisting job with no dental assisting experience, but it's probably been twice as hard to get one with no experience, you know. So I mean, I think it's a good idea. I had to remember to do this because I keep forgetting, because I don't have a printer at home. Because I ain't got nothing to print. So what's the point of me buying a printer? I try to always have extra copies of my resume. Like, I had a ton of them, and a ton of copies of my certificates when I was first looking for jobs, because I was just going out and just handing them to places. I would bring them to my interviews. Like, here's a copy of my certificate. Here's a copy of my, radiology certificate. Here's a copy of my resume. You know, you can have this, you can write on it, whatever. But it's also good to keep, if you are like me and you don't have like 24/7 access to a printer, and you're not like near a school or a library or something to where you can print it off, there, a good tip that I actually end up learning from my dad about a year ago is to not ever give away your last copy, because I guarantee you it's going to be cheaper somewhere to make the copy than it is going to be to print it off. Because usually, like, I had printed mine off at FedEx, and I had also printed it off at UPS. But FedEx, I feel like, was finessing us, because they charge you like per minute, and the computers was going like super slow. Like, the one at UPS was going like really fast, and then they just charge you like a $3 minimum. So I printed a few copies, and then there's a place that's up the street from my house that I can print something for 10 cents, but it's like I have to go through all this stuff and send it through Google Drive and make it a PDF or a JPEG and all this extra stuff, or they'll just make copies. So I just did that, because I've gone to some interviews and I haven't had a copy of my resume, and I feel like that just seemed bad automatically, like that was just unorganized. But I just felt like there were certain offices that didn't really want it or didn't really need it because they had the copy of it, or they, you know, were just asking me. They didn't want to see my resume. So it's like every time I bring it, I don't have it. Every time I have it, every time I bring it, I don't need it. Every time I need it, I don't bring it. So it's like, I guess just always bring it. But then there was like, this time I just got kind of lucky when I needed it. But yeah, that's just a quick little video I wanted to make. I honestly just was gonna make another video. I was gonna react to this dental parody, but then the app was like messing up, and then the video wasn't available and all this stuff, and it was like, but I still want to make a video because I keep saying this, and to my real subscribers, I'm so sorry you have to keep hearing it, but I want to get this channel kicked off. I want to get this channel started. I want to help people out. But I know one thing that I'm going to have to do on my part is to be consistent. And I'm trying to post videos every week, probably every Wednesday, but that might change again. I'm so sorry. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as long as you can handle the two. Bye.